Hey everyone, welcome back to my vlog. I'm Robin, or A Hobbit's Reading List, and this week we are going to finish at least 2 books. I am determined, and I'm also going to be happy. That's my big decision for this week. We are going to focus on reading and happiness, and it's all going to be good. So let's make it happen. So I have about 2 hours left of Galapagos, and I will be finishing it today. I'm determined. I don't know what I'm going to read next. At this point, I don't have anything new to tell you about the plot, because it's continued the sort of like, they're not even flash forward. It's like the narrator is spoiling us. He straight up was, at the beginning of the book, I can say this part because this is the beginning. He goes through a list of like cast members, essentially. He's like, oh, these 2 people will die before sunset. It's like, we haven't even had time to like care about them. And I didn't when they died. But so it's a situation where it's like, it's not a flash forward. It's a spoiler from the narrator. So it's interesting. So I'm predicting it's probably, for me, going to be like a 3.5, maybe a 4. Because I am enjoying it. It's just like, my level of enjoyment is very like mid. It's good. It's well written. I don't know if I like it more than Bluebeard. I don't know. And I also don't know, like, if I say that for sure, if my dad won't get mad at me. So, yeah. That's Galapagos. I didn't read Phantastes yesterday. I'm going to try to read some today. I would like to finish it. I would like to finish it. But I would like to finish it by Friday. We'll see. Other than that, I don't have any other reading update. Yesterday was hard. I have a pretty slow day at work today, so I should be able to get some stuff done. And I think that's about it. Like, I really don't have that much going on this week. I do have my cousin's wedding shower on Saturday. So that means that after I finish Galapagos tonight, whatever audiobook I pick up, I'll have 3 days of driving. Because my cousin lives in Iowa, but his mom lives actually near where I work in Illinois. And so the wedding shower is happening around there. So that'll be like 2.5 hours of driving Saturday that I wouldn't normally do. So that'll be good. I think my options for audiobooks after Galapagos are Something Fabulous and Schmutz. I think those are the 2 that I have left. So, I don't know. I'll ask Siri tonight what I should listen to next. But I will talk to you guys again once I'm done with Galapagos. So I want to make this quick because I have to go pick up Chris. Because we have 1 car right now, which is like the 4th time this year that we've had to do this. Anyway, I'll talk about that later. I finished Galapagos on the drive home. It was fine. I was filling out Copile before I started filming, and like the characters were okay. Some of them like just did not matter. We didn't need all this like information about this person who just like died. It didn't bring anything to the plot. The writing, I didn't like necessarily the flash forwards. It felt really disjointed. I'm discovering that like I don't like disjointed things. I like things that like, I would prefer flashbacks over flash forwards, if that makes sense. I don't mind flashbacks, but I need them to make sense. And I just felt like the flash forwards, they they made sense with what the narrator was saying at the time, but it was like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the other. I felt like there was a character who who was like inconsistent. This character was sort of built up as like this moral, intelligent person, and then made a couple decisions where I was like, okay. It just felt like out of nowhere. And then the fact that like I had to like push myself to listen to like an hour at a time, like I'm listing out all the things that like made the ranking go down, but I don't want it to sound like it was a horrible book. It wasn't. I was very intrigued by the plot. I thought it was really interesting, especially, you know, listening / reading this book almost 30 years after it was published. Like, I could see some things. So I did give it a 3.5 because I did enjoy it. It just, I don't know if maybe it would have been better just reading the physical book, but I can't necessarily say that, like, well, maybe I should just read Vonnegut in the future instead of listening to an audiobook. But I don't know, because I read Bluebeard, and that was also sort of a push. So, I don't know. I did ask Siri what I should listen to next, and she picked Something Fabulous by Alexis Hall, so I will start listening to that on Friday. Now I have to go pick up my husband and go grocery shopping, so I will check with you later. Okay, so I finished Phantastes by George MacDonald. It was a slog. The beginning started out like pretty okay. It was slow, but it was fine. The second half got very preachy, and like I don't mind books having morals and lessons. Like, I think that's a great avenue to, you know, teach people things. Obviously, I've learned a lot by reading, so like I don't have an issue with that, but like it was very heavy-handed. Like, subtlety is great. So I also looked at like what Tolkien had said about George MacDonald, and he pretty much said that like he enjoyed it when he was younger, but as he got older he realized like how preachy it was, essentially. And like he acknowledged that like The Hobbit is also fairly preachy, but yeah, it was just like, it got to be a lot by the end. I'm like, okay, yes, be a good person and don't impose your beliefs on other people, and that's great, but it's just like, show don't tell, right? Like, yeah, there was a lot of telling going on. So it just sort of bothered me. It was also just like, it was very slow. There wasn't a lot of, I don't know how to say this. There was movement, there was action, but it's just boring. Like, our main character, whose name is only said like 3 or 4 times, so I don't actually know what it is. Like, I think it's like Anados or something. He goes to Fairyland, and he meets people and beings, and something that really bothered me is that like people would tell the main character like, hey, don't go over here, something bad will happen. And he's like, okay, definitely, I won't go over there. And then 5 minutes later, he goes over there. Like, I'm like, these people live here, listen to them. So that was really annoying. But like, we didn't see enough of other people, like the side characters, enough to care. or like enough to be impacted the way that we're told Anados was. So it's just kind of, I don't know, it was annoying, quite honestly. I'm glad I'm done with it. I was gonna edit tonight, but I was just tired. I'm like, you know what? I have like 50 pages left. Let's just like knock it out. Just get it done. So I gave it a 2.5. Like, it wasn't bad. The actual writing itself was fine. I just didn't like the story. And I just thought it was really heavy-handed. So there's that. I asked Siri what I should read next for the like physical books that I have. I only have 2 audiobooks. I'm listening to Something Fabulous starting tomorrow. And I think it's about 10 hours, so I should finish it sometime next week. And then I'll listen to Schmutz in the last days of July. So I have 4 physical books to choose from. And Siri picked 9.5 Weeks by Elizabeth McNeil, I believe. And it's a pretty short book, quite honestly. It's a little over 100 pages, and it's about this like love affair that happened in New York City based off of the author's experience. So I don't know if it's a Roman a clef. I think that's how you say it. I don't think I've actually ever said that term out loud. Or if it's like actually like memoir nonfiction. So I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. I'll start that probably tomorrow. And then yeah, that's sort of it. So now that I'm hoping that now I'm past Phantastes and Galapagos, like both those books were very like mid for me. So I'm hoping that now I can just focus on books that are like let's get them done. Let's get them done, because we're, it's time for some good books now. Because I feel like when I am reading 2 books at once that are both like not great. There's a spider outside my window. On the outside of it. At least I think it's a spider. It could just be like a bug. I don't know. I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't actually. Oh, my glasses are right there. When I'm reading 2 books at the same time that are both very mid, it really kills my motivation. So I'm hoping, despite what my dad is predicting, that I enjoy Something Fabulous. Because he pretty much confirmed that, like, if I do like it, we will have some conversations. Because he really hated it. So that's the plan. I am about to leave to go pick up Chris because his car is still not ready. It's still in the shop, and it will be until probably next Wednesday. So that's fun. So yeah, I will check in with you guys probably tomorrow with a little update of how I'm feeling about the new books. So I'm filming a short clip, mainly because I'm in pain. So I got a sunburn on my back yesterday, and it really hurts to move. So that sucks. I also started listening to Something Fabulous by Alexis Hall today. I listened to about 2.5 hours, and I'm like a quarter of the way through. I am enjoying it, much to my dad's dismay. Something Fabulous is about this Duke of Mulvin, whose name is Valentine, and he's sort of following through on like the wishes of his deceased father and his father's deceased friend, and he proposes to someone that he had grown up with to combine their families. Her name is Arabella, and she is dramatic. She's so dramatic. And she, like, goes into this whole thing about, like, how horrible and, like, vile he is because he didn't profess to be madly in love with her when he proposed. He was pretty much just like, our fathers wanted us to get married, so we should get married. Because I believe it's Edwardian. And it's expected of them. And he's very, like, duty-bound. And, like, he kind of has, like, a stick up his butt. But he's still more tolerable than her. Because I'm just like, Why do you think you're the exception to the societal pressures of that time? Like, you're not special. But she acts like she is. And so it's just like, it's just frustrating that I have no problem with people in a book set in Edwardian times, like, wanting to have a love match. That's great. I love love matches, especially in Edwardian times. But don't treat someone who is doing what they believe they should as like the worst human being in the world. Like, that's just, it doesn't make sense. So, anyway, I don't like Arabella. I'm a quarter of the way through the book. I still don't like her. Anywho, it's not about her, really. So, she runs away because she's dramatic. And her twin brother, Bonnie, convinces Valentine to go looking for her, to bring her back, and Bonnie wants Valentine to propose again with feeling this time. And so they're like getting closer, and Bonnie has admitted that he, is only attracted to men, and Valentine didn't know that that was an option. So his entire world is blown. He's just like, what do you mean? Hi, what? And he's just like very confused, and it's kind of adorable, quite honestly. So I told my dad that I'm like, I hate Arabella. I actually kind of like really like / at least understand Valentine. He has his moments. And I don't mind Bonnie. And my dad told me to hold on to that feeling. So I'm just like, oh boy. And I'm a quarter of the way through, like I said, and I'm really curious what's going to happen when I listen to it tomorrow. I have a feeling, because we had like one sort of like plot point wrap up, so I'm curious to see what's going to happen next. So I am really enjoying it, which is nice, because after slogging through Galapagos and Phantastes, it's like, okay, I'm in a book that like I actually am kind of excited about, so yay. And I will listen to more of it tomorrow, because I'm going out to Chicago for my cousin's wedding shower, so I'll have some more time in the car. So I should, I'm not going to predict. I'm not going to predict. I can do the thing where I'm like, I should finish it by this day. And then it doesn't happen, because I don't hold myself to the self-imposed deadlines that I set. So, anywho, enjoy some clips from the wedding shower. Good morning. It's a Monday again. I'm just so tired. Sunday nights, that wrapping up the vlog is very difficult. It's also difficult because Chris's work schedule changed a couple weeks ago because of his promotion. So now he actually has Saturday and Sunday off. And so usually we've been hanging out Sunday nights instead of me like doing other productive things and vlogging. And I need to figure out how my schedule looks different. Like, I should probably just stop putting stuff on Sunday and Saturday, because I love spending time with him. Obviously, he's my husband, but it means that stuff that I'm putting on those days not getting done. So I need to figure something out there. But I did want to talk about, one, the wedding shower was really fun. I had a lot of time hanging out with my family, meeting some of their friends. It was really good. We went to this brewery that was just like really awesome. Like, they brew their own beer. Obviously, it's a brewery. That was stupid. But they also, like, they grow their own hops, and they grow a lot of their own produce that they use in the food. So it was like very, I don't know, it was just really, really good. I had a peach grilled cheese, which sounds weird, but was amazing. So yeah, and then afterwards we went back to my aunt's house, and I was debating on like staying the night because she actually lives out near where I work, and I stopped drinking around like 5. But I was texting with Chris, and he's like, you know what, just stay. Like, you're having a good time. I'll see you tomorrow. So I went out with my cousins, and almost got into a bar fight because a guy was drunk and being stupid. We were fine. And then I slept over, and then I went to work. So yeah, it was really good. I'm really looking forward to the wedding. I think it'll be a good time, even though it's going to be like a lot of traveling. Not so much looking forward to that. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do for the family that likes you. Anyway, I continued listening to Something Fabulous. I didn't listen to as much as I wanted to because I, didn't drive back home, so I lost out on like 2 hours of listening. But it's fine. I'm about halfway. My issue with Arabella has continued. I think she's the worst character by far in this book, and one of the worst that I've ever read. Like, she's kind of up there with like Holden Caulfield for me. And I really hated him. So, and I told my dad, he's like, oh, she's not even at her worst yet. And I was like, how is that possible? My thing is, I have a really big issue with manipulative people, and a really big issue with manipulative characters, and she's very manipulative. And her whole like melodrama thing is just like, dude, like, just, oh my god, she's so annoying. It seems like she's gone for now. I know she's gonna come back, but like, she's gone for now. So now I think I just have Valentine and Bonnie together for a little bit, which is good. Although Bonnie is on like thin ice with me. Valentine is the only good character, pretty much, which sounds crazy to say, because the way that everyone responds to him, like, they treat him like he's a massive, like, horrible villain, and he's a duke that never learned any better, and he actually is like growing as a person. And they're just so mean to him. And my thing is, and I think I may have said this already, is that the way that people are responding to him never would have happened. Like, I know that this is fiction, and obviously it's a queer romance, and so it's not going to be like, it's a queer romance where you see other queer couples, and they're just like very casual about it. So obviously it's not historically accurate, but that's fine. I have no issue with that. There were plenty of queer couples in Edwardian times. Would they have been as like in your face about it? No, but it's fine. My thing is, no one would have treated a duke like that, and the duke would not have accepted it. And like, Valentine is not accepting of it, but something happened, and he's not gonna like punish the people who did the thing to him. If you've read it, you probably know what I'm talking about, because I'm halfway through the book. So that it never would have happened. And like, that's the part that gets me. Like, Valentine is being very nice, and I'm sorry, he needs to be treated with more respect. Not only because like I actually enjoy his character, but he's a fucking duke. Like, that's the part that's tripping me out, because I know it would never have been acceptable. Like, rob him, sure, okay, fine, whatever, yeah. But the things and the way that they talk to him, oh, it's getting to me. I almost like rage quit listening yesterday, because I was just like, this, no. So it's definitely not gonna be a 5-star for me. I was texting my dad, which I think he was enjoying. But yeah, I told my dad, I'm like, this book is gonna lose 2 stars for Arabella alone, especially if she gets worse. So I'm enjoying the Valentine and Bonnie parts. As soon as another character enters the scene, I don't like it anymore, which is not great. So that's sort of what's going on with me. I'm gonna wrap this vlog up. If you've read Something Fabulous and you have opinions, whether they're different from mine or the same or whatever, like, please leave a comment. I have so many opinions, and some of them I can't talk about in the vlogs. I don't want to give spoilers. My dad and I are considering, though, once I finish the book, doing a video together, a spoiler video for Something Fabulous, where we just chat about it. Let me know if you have any interest in that. But thank you for watching. Leave a comment, like I said. Like the video, subscribe, click the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And I love you guys. I'm actually feeling pretty good today. My goal of being happy this week mostly worked. Mostly. I think I had a pretty good week mood-wise. Don't think I filmed a lot of it. Sorry. But I will check you guys in the next one. Bye.